Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing a small circular walk around Coombe Hill, not too far from the town or village of Wendover in Buckinghamshire. Looking at doing about 4 miles. Weather's a little bit cloudy at the moment, possible a few showers, but let's hope it's going to be okay. Let's see where we go. Part of today's route is going to take us along the Ridgeway, which is one of the oldest known roads in England. It runs from Ivinghoe Beacon right over to Chiltern Hills, just outside of Avebury Stone Circle in the Wiltshire area. We're not going to be doing much of it today, just about a mile, but get to see some of the little tracks that are around here. Little short section of road now, just down Bradford Hill, then we turn back to rejoin the Ridgeway for a little while. It's absolutely lovely being in the woodland at the moment. It's just got this beautiful dappled sunlight coming through. When you see the beech trees just around, they're absolutely fantastic. We'll just see if we can just try and turn around where the light is actually catching them. The amazing colours. It's just really lovely being out here in this sort of conditions. I hadn't really been expecting today, although I should have done, was there's quite a bit of mud around on the ground. Once at the bottom of the hill are fields which are on the Chequers Estate, country home residence of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Just behind me is a group of lads, looks like we're doing DFE. But just out of the way, one of the guys at the back very nicely just highlighted the fact I've got my Mountains for Mine t-shirt on. So he's a big supporter as well for the cause, which is raising awareness of mental health by being outside in the mountains. Fantastic charity and cause, and everyone should talk about mental health. Just over there on the horizon we can see the monument over at Coombe Hill. That is where we're going to be ending our walk today. But first of all, we've got a fair old way to go. We've already walked most of that ridge through the woodland there, and coming up along this central footpath here. So that's probably about a third of the distance we've already done. Just carry on now until we get back. With meadowland, this includes poppies, larkspurs, scabious, thistles, amongst other flowers. Red admiral butterflies and bees flying around too. Now I've just made that slight detour, and it looks like it's actually bringing us back down to where we wanted to go anyway. So absolutely perfect. That was a lovely little detour, well worth taking that extra few moments just to see where I went to. Really pleased to love that. Up to the hawthorns, and these are the first berries I've seen on the hawthorn all year, so one of my favourite trees. Absolutely love these plants. Some gorgeous lichen. Just, oh there, you can see that as well. Actually realised how warm it was today, so I've just actually come out from the open and back under the canopy of the trees where it's so much cooler. The air feels rather damp. Obviously ground's really muddy again, but yeah, it does make a big change, just those few little degrees. Just having a quick break at the top of Beacon Hill. Views are absolutely stunning from up here. I'll be heading down the hill fairly soon to have a look around the church before heading across the fields and back up to the monument over at the top of Coombe Hill. That's more or less where we'll be finishing our walk today. The view from the top of the Beacon Hill was absolutely spectacular. 360-degree panorama overlooking Coombe Hill, past the ridgeway where we'd earlier walked, and down and over the Chequers Estate before heading back round over towards the top of the beacon and looking down across the ridgeway towards Prince's Risborough and surrounding areas of the Vale of Aylesbury. But the next port of call was just at the bottom of the hill, which was going to be the church of St Peter's and St Paul. The church of St Peter's and Paul can be dated back to the 15th century, with later extensions and restorations in the latter part of the 1800s. Many Prime Ministers have visited the church for Sunday services while staying at Chequers. The church is actually surrounded by some beautiful countryside and scenery, and parts of the walls of the church are adorned with ornate stone carvings. The church of St Peter's and Paul can be dated back to the 15th century, with later extensions. We just left a small church in Aylesbury, headed across a small track directly opposite. It's just a lovely little woodland, shady kind of track. That's now led out into this beautiful little field, which I will just turn the camera around so you can see. Last climb off the day now, heading up to the memorial. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get up there. Right now we're coming back under the tree cover, so it's nice and cool again. A little bit rooted and gnarly path at the moment. Hopefully it'll improve a little bit, but it's quite nice. And just seen some absolutely gorgeous mosses just on the roots of this tree. How stunning do they look? It's one of those little paths that you don't realise how steep it is. But if I just try and spin round, hopefully you'll get some indication of how much of a climb that is already. We started on the final climb. It's proven a little bit more tricky than you'd necessarily think it would be. It's very thin soil on top of chalk, so it's quite saturated at the moment for ground. It is proving very slippery, and with gradient it's making quite challenging progress. We will get there, and it's nice to actually have a little bit of challenge on a walk. Now on top of Coombe Hill, I'm on a final approach to the monument, but along this part you've actually got this beautiful kind of scrub and just wild area. It's got a few cows grazing in there at the moment, you can probably just see behind me. So it is really beautiful. You've got some stunning views up here, you've got amazing wildlife, plenty of red kites flying about, and obviously more flowers. Beautiful, beautiful area. So if you're ever in Buckinghamshire area, why not check this one out?
The monument at Chequers Hill stands at 850 feet above sea level. It was erected in 1904 to commemorate the 148 men from Buckinghamshire who died during the Second World War.
For today's walk, just a short distance back to the car now. We've still got the monument just behind me, which you can probably see over my right shoulder. But it's been really lovely. The weather's been fantastic. Some great scenery, some nice woodland walks. It's been a little mixture of everything today, so really enjoyable. Hope you enjoyed it as well, and hopefully see you soon. Cheers.